for our dogs was the regular season finale, where we won a thriller against the Crocodiles, going down 7-0, rallying back with 11 unanswered runs, and then barely hanging on to win 11-10, clinching us an 8-8 record. Unfortunately, the simulation did not go in our favor, and we actually ended up missing the playoffs as the last team out, eliminated as the 5th place team in our conference for the year, where only the top 4 teams do make it. We then went into the playoffs, where we got to see the Freebooters run the table and win the championship here in year number 1, and that was a great rejoicing for all Freebooters fans around, including myself. We saw our division rivals, the Buzzards, lose in the first round. They got swept by the B-Wolves. The B-Wolves then beat the Nemesis, our other division rivals, in 3 in the semifinals. So no one from our conference our division made the finals, so that's good for us. Still, we have a lot to do with this team now as we enter our first off-season in charge of them, and we can really make our mark here on them. Officially now, this has been one of the busiest first years I think I've ever had in any of my series, where I've made a whole bunch of roster moves. We'll go through them momentarily, but first I realized I did not do the MVP race for the regular season, and Sacta's Song did end up winning the MVP, hitting almost 600 in the batting average department with 7 homers and 24 RBIs. Rhonda Horn, our team, his teammate, ends up finishing in thirds. We had 2 offensive players in the top 3 as Song barely beats out /Trips. So that's good to see. At least we had the MVP winner on our team. Sacta also wins the Triple Crown as he led the league in batting average, tied for the league in home runs with Horn, Trips, and Steed, and had sole possession of first place in the RBI category as the RBI champion with 24. Rhonda Horn was third in RBI in batting average, and she ended up finishing tied for 6th in the RBI department with 17. And we know she finished tied for first in the home run category. So both of them had stellar offensive seasons. Song led in on-base percentage. Horn was 10th. Song was first in slugging. Horn was 3rd. Sacta was first in OBS, and Horn was 3rd. Song led the league in hits. Horn was 2nd. And then extra base hits, Song was 1st. Horn was tied for 6th. No one on our team cracked the strikeout lead. Our runs scored, Song was 1st. Horn was 2nd. Song stole the most bases with 10. Goodwood had 5, and Statsman also had 5 as they both cracked the top 10. Action got cost stealing the most with 3 times. Song was tied for 2nd with 2. Comes with the territory. No one in the pitching category, although Pickman did pick up 2 saves in his rookie year. Good for him. Nobody in whip, OBA, or strikeouts for our team. No one in strikeouts per 9 walks per 9 or strikeout to walk ratios. As you can see, it was our pitching that really held us back from being a winning team last year. So we really want to emphasize beefing up the pitching. Go through the team here real quick. So this is what it looks like heading into the off season. As you can see, the team has been turned over a lot here as we went through the whole season. But we still have held on to a bunch of players from the original roster, namely Goodwood, Perez, and Song. Action is still here, so is Horn, Kasha Emmon, Dig. None of our only Casper Stern is the only outfitter we've held on to. We still have Bergenberg in the pitching rotation, and then we still have Pickman in the bullpen. But we have thoroughly turned over this entire team. However, it didn't lead to a winning season, and we didn't make the playoffs. So now we get to do the offseason, and we're going to try and figure out what direction do we want to take this team in, because we're pretty evenly spread across the board trait-wise. We need to figure out where can we improve this team in the offseason, and also if we want to improve the team in these particular areas as well. But first up, we have a couple question marks. Will Kasha Emmon retire? She is 35, and it should be 36. And if she doesn't, would I want to bring her back? She was a huge disappointment last season. Slick Pickman, will he retire? He's 36. Langdon Strider, one of the rookie signings, he's 34. He'll be 35. Pickman will be 37. And there are the outside chances that guys like Valter, who will be 33, and Perez and Goodwood, who will be 32, could retire as well. It all depends on how they're feeling going into the offseason. Also, reliever Doug Nerdwood, he's going to be 38. Is he going to retire? So it's like, how many spots are going to be open on this roster going into the offseason? We don't know, so we're going to have to jump into it and find out. Let's see how the team is feeling. Okay, so Slick Pickman is the only retirement. Quick little clap here for old Slick. Probably the most reliable reliever we had all year. That's why he was the only original member of the bullpen that stayed the entire season, because he was just that good. He gave up 3 runs, only 2 of which are earned, and all of them were in the last game of the season. And he got used quite a bit in this year, pitching 10 of the 16 games, getting 2 saves and finishing at 1-0. So great career for Slick in his one season. We knew we weren't going to be able to hold on to him long term in the series. I just thought maybe we can get a second year out of him, because he actually didn't even regress. He stayed as a B+. But he felt his age, and he decided to hang him up. So we do know we have at least one roster spot going into next year. Doug Nerdward, who's going to be 38, did not retire. Langdon Strider, who's going to be 35, did not retire. Neither did Kasha Emmon, who's going to be 36. And neither did guys like Valter, Goodwood, or Perez. None of them retired either. So now the question becomes, how are we going to do this? Exactly, that's the tough part. Well, I think first and foremost, we definitely build around Sack the Song. He's the guy this team is made for, and he's the reigning MVP and Triple Crown winner. So that is by far a no-brainer. He needs to be brought back. And on the plus side for us, he doesn't want any additional money, so that's perfect. Now we take a look at other young guys that we're looking to build around. Youth. Well, the only reliever in the bullpen that is young that we're looking to build around is Horace Heinlich. He's an easy re-sign. And you know what? I think I'll pay him he might pay him the extra money, but this is 91. I'm going to roll this. And he walks on a 91%. Really, Horace? Okay. Well, that backfired horribly. Okay. But the other bullpen relievers, I don't like Dwight Breeze. I'm not going to look to keep him in the offseason. We're not going to keep Doug Nerdward. He walks away as well, thank God. I don't want him. Langdon Strider, I'm okay with keeping him for one more year. Strider is still a usable arm out of the bullpen, and he actually pitched really well in the few appearances we did use him last season, so I want to keep him for now. If regression does hit him in the face, it'll hit him in the face. Or if we find someone who's maybe younger and a better fit, we might sign them instead. So right now we already have 3 openings in the bullpen. Not great. Moving to the pitching rotation, Cecil Sawyer pitched really well for us in his 2 starts he had with us last year. I'm okay with bringing him back as like a 3 or 4 option. Same with Bergenberg. I think he definitely needs to be a 4. He struggled mightily last season and doesn't deserve a pay raise at all. Let's offer him his current salary first. Yeah, he was massively bad last season, so he needs to prove to me that he deserves more money in his contract. Same thing with Sawyer. Sawyer wants his full money because he never got a loyalty boost last year, but I'm willing to risk this here at 97%. We should be able to re-sign him. Perfect, okay. And obviously another no-brainer, Warren Yount. Oh, damn, he's being overpaid, though. Like, that is a little bit of an overpayment. Like, he's only worth $10.9, and we're paying him $12.3. I mean, he was very, very good for us last year, but I don't think he's worth $12.3. If we can get him even a little bit cheaper, I'll go for it. So this is a controversial decision, but I'm going to let him walk. Yeah, I'm going to let him walk. I'm going to try and re-sign him and save that money. Got a penny pinch here. Hi, he was a disappointment. Let's be real. He made 3 starts. He got lit up. Granted, one of them was on short rest, but like, he only had like 1 really good start, and the other 2 were really, really bad. So I don't think High is worth being brought back for another season. So I'll sign him for now, but I want to replace him in the offseason. So we know we'll have at least 2 slots in the rotation to fill. Now moving to offense. Track Statsman is an easy re-sign. I really wish we had him in the final 3 games of the season. Remember, he broke his leg in the first game, in the third to last game of the season, so he missed the last couple of games and probably was a big reason why we didn't make it to 9 or 10 wins on the year. He was a huge factor in our offense as well. I like him. So I want him brought back. Definitely want to build around him. Perfect. Okay, Walter I don't like. I would like to move on from him as soon as possible. I'll sign him for now, but I want him gone ASAP. Perfect. Okay. Casper Stern, he's a good bench guy, and he's a solid player. He's probably more suited for a bench role than as a starter, so I'd like to keep him as like the bench outfield option. Axel Torque, he did all right. How'd he do? 265. Yeah, he was solid. He wasn't anything special, but he is still young. He's going to be 26. He is developable, so I like him, and he's not asking for quite as much money as I expected him to. So you know what? I'll keep him. What he's making right now, 99%. He should take this, and he does. Perfect. Awesome. All right, great. So the outfield is intact, except Walter. He's the only one I want gone. So we only need to find one outfielder in the offseason. Kasia, I'm not sold on bringing her back for another year. I mean, she didn't have a horrible season at all, but she was very underwhelming at times. Like, she didn't deliver in situations that you think she would have, like with Tier 3 RBI heroes. She failed more often than not. So I'm not sold on bringing her back, especially at $10 million. Maybe if we can find a younger, cheaper option in free agency that can do Emmons' role well, I will think about it. Plus, regression is going to hit her. It's only a question of when. Dig, everybody loves Dig. I would love to bring Dig back. He's not worth $2 million, though, unfortunately, in his current state. Hopefully he takes this offer. He does, thank God. All right, so Dig will be our utility infielder moving forward. Going to need to beef up that loyalty still. Smokey Ash was a decent signing for a bench guy. He did his role well as a bench fielder, but maybe I would like to use his slot for something else. What that is, I don't know. But for right now, I just don't see him as like a piece for the future. So I'll offer what he's making, but if he walks, he walks. Oh, good. He took it. Still, I might like to replace him with like another bench infield option or something. We'll see what I can find. Rhonda Horn, this is an easy re-signing. She was massive for us last year. Fielding is a little low at third base, but now reminder, she's going to be 30 this year, so regression could start to hit her now. So we'll keep that in mind, but I would like Rhonda back. She was the great complement of the song last year, and those two played really well off of each other. Excellent. Elroy, this is an easy re-sign. He's young. He's developed really well here in his first year. He was a solid contributor at the top of the lineup. Just need to beef up that fielding and the arm, and then he'll be fine. Because I'd like to be able to use him in the rest of the infield positions, but he can't field or throw, so we need to beef those up. In any case, he is a really, really solid member of the roster, and I'm going to give him the pay raise he's asking for, because he's earned it. Okay, Dwayne Butterfinger. Interesting dilemma I have with him. Dwayne is solid as a pinch hitter late in games and a good sub at first base in replace of Song, but that's really all he brings to the table. So I might be okay with finding a new bench first base option, but right now I'm okay with keeping him. We'll see what's out there. Excellent. All right, now catching. I like Anton Goodwood. He's a solid catcher to have to start. He's only going to be 32, so regression might start to hit him, but he was good. Did his job really well for us. Hit over 300, double-digit RBIs, couple home runs. Yeah, he was a good bat, and he threw a lot of base runners out as well. Plus, he stole a good few. Sam Perez, though, he probably should be replaced. I mean, I like Sam, but he's not going to get much better. We already know he's 32. He's stuck at a C+ still. He's a good pinch hitter. He's good for a spell here and there, but I need a guy probably with a better arm coming off the bench as a bench catcher. So I would like to get rid of him. I'll keep Anton, though. I would love to keep him. Not going to pay Anton any extra money, so hopefully he takes this. Loyalty's a little low, but we got lucky. And Perez we're going to look to replace. He's going to take this. It's 99. Perfect. Okay, so that's what we have going into the offseason. We have 4 openings, 3 in the bullpen, 1 in the starting rotation. I am looking to bring Warren Yount back. Just want to get him a little bit cheaper. We're replacing High Eye, so that's 4. Replacing Breeze, that's 5. Keeping Stern, keeping Statsman, replacing Valter. Possibly replacing Kasha, we'll see what's out there. Same with Smokey. Keeping Horn, keeping Action, keeping Song. Butterfinger, I'm iffy. And Perez, I'm looking to replace. So as of right now, what do we have? We have 1 disciplined, 2 disciplined. We have 3 disciplined players on the roster if we count Strider, so that's at tier 2. Right now we have Scholarly, Spirited, Scholarly, Spirited. 1 competitive, at least 2 competitive. Okay, so we'll need another competitive player. Okay, this is going to be interesting. We'll see how the team is shaking out here. Let's jump into it. Any other retirements to note? Let's see. Alana Lantana retires at age 30 from the Pigs. Wow, that's young. Lefty Southpaw, the ace of the Sawteeth, retires, and Wade Hobbs, one of the outfielders from the Wide Loads, retires. So the only surprising one there is Lantana. The other 2 were pretty old, so. All right, Overdogs come into the offseason with $40.8 million. None of the guys in the free agent pool from our team last year have retired. Looking at top free agents, we see Hurley Bender from the Beowulfs, Slip Sauter from the Moonstars, Jackie Slam from the Nemesis, that bitch, Beefcake from the Platypi, Jock Sports from the Nemesis as well, Neverwalker from the Heaters, Manny Kays from the Sirloins, Toot Whistle. I don't know where she played last year. She did not play last year. She just entered the league. Okay. Chucky Filthwick from the Grass Eaters, Primo from the Sawteeth, Gun from the Grapplers, Wes Yogurt from the Pigs. Hopper Fenster's a free agent again. There's Warren Yout. We're definitely going to try to bring him back. Okay. Let's go through the offseason here. Ooh, I see a rookie center fielder, Maximus Donaldson, but 34. Oh, man, that sucks. Durable. Interesting choice of a trait. Can play the entire outfield and first base, but he is 34, so he'd be like a Band-Aid option for center field. I'm going down the list here. I'm going to unstar some guys here. Larry, I don't think we'll bring Larry back. Chasey, I'm surprised he didn't retire. Diggler, I'm definitely not bringing back. Gonzalo, I'm not going to bring back. Surprised he didn't actually get picked up by anybody. Harlington, we're definitely not bringing back. Picked up, crossed up. Kind of sailed the ship on him. Berger, we're not going to bring back either. And I think that's everybody on the list. Oh, Victorino. Forgot about her. Yeah, she's the last one on the list. Okay. All right, well, let's go position by position, and let's see if we can come up with a plan here on how we want to attack this offseason. Okay. So catching, we don't need a starting catcher. We have Anton Goodwood, and there isn't any young, good starting catcher options to begin with. Wow, there is really no good catching options at all, actually. This sucks. Tough lift. Regression's already hitting him in the face. Let's see, Johnson Swanson. Ernie Blings, he can't field or throw. Prince Prize doesn't have the best arm. Grizz Signoro is probably the best defensive catcher available. He's 40, though. Wickers doesn't have an arm. Hefner Hackett's 27 already. Cozy Spooner's an interesting option to replace Sam Perez. We would be getting a very extremely developmental option behind the plate, so we would be playing Goodwood very, very much, pretty much 3 games in a row, then resting him on the 4th. Cozy Spooner's an interesting option. I don't know if he's worth bringing in. I mean, he's a good fielder, but he doesn't have the arm I'm looking for. I think the other option to be the bench guy would be Grizz Signoro, obviously, being 40. He's the best defensive-minded catcher option available. But it's like every time we start him, we know he's not going to contribute anything offensively. That's the only downside with him. Maybe Sam is the best option here, but I'll have to come back and think about that. Still, if we go get Signoro, though, we will have Disciplined already locked up at Tier 2, so that's perfect. First base, we're not looking for starting first baseman. We obviously have Sack DeSong, who's the reigning MVP. There is a rookie, Lewis Rhodes. He's a good hitter. Only plays first base, though, so he would be subbed in. Song would go to right field, and that would move Statsman around in the outfield to either center or left, depending on what I needed to beef up for that particular game in question. Outside of that, I'm not seeing a whole bunch of interesting options here. There are a bunch of veterans. Maybe we'll look at chemistry and see how things are shaking out there, but I think Rhodes is the best one here. All right, next. We don't need a second baseman. We have Elroy. We could get a backup. Replace Smokey Ash's spot on the roster. Smokey's a good third baseman defensively, but that's all he does. There is Doya. Whopper Batsman is free agent. He can't field. Really, no rookie second base prospects except Two Whistle. Interesting. Okay, I'm not seeing anything here at second base I'm overly in love with. Yeah, I'm not feeling a lot of these guys. I think Batsman would be an interesting one, but outside of him, I don't see anything. I mean, there is Landon Fair, who has pinch perfect. He's coming over. He got replaced, I think, from the Freebooters. So he missed out on winning that championship ring, unfortunately. Yeah, he didn't even play a game for the Freebooters. They just cut him for like an outfielder. Beefcake, I would love to go get him, but we have Rhonda Horn. I don't need a primary starting third baseman, which means Bobby Bash is also out. Could use a bench option, though. Jude McKay would be interesting here. I like Jude. He's a good fielder. He can play shortstop, too. That's already more than Smokey Ash can do. He doesn't have the best arm, though. He's a decent hitter. Prawn Huang. So he's like a third baseman, first baseman option. Okay. Decent hitter. He's a good hitter. He's got a better arm than McKay. He's not as good of a fielder, though. About the same speed. He is spirited. That might help out our spirited build. If that's the route we want to take it down. Maybe to shortstop. What do we have? There is Jock Sports. Probably can't afford $16 million. Chewy Sweeney, rookie 32-year-old who can play the outfield. How does he compare to Kasha? Comparing him to Kasha, he is disciplined instead of her competitive. He's 4 years younger. So Kasha is the only thing he has her beat in is arm. They're the same fielding. She's slightly faster. She has slightly better contact, and power is equivocally the same. Alright, and she can play the middle of the diamond, whereas Sweeney plays the outfield. Okay. Interesting. The old man, Charlie freaking Lopez. Nora Holmes. She's not a good fielder. So really, besides Jock and Sweeney, there aren't really any good starting caliber shortstop options. I mean, Dilly Dowler could pass as a starter, I suppose. Oh, Charlie picked up injury prone? No, Charlie. The old man. Damn it. We don't need a bench shortstop. We have Dig, so not a lot there to get excited about. Left field, there is Big Country is available as an option, but I don't need a left fielder, unfortunately. We have Axel Torque, who is pretty solid. There is Stallion Johnson, who'd be a good bench option, but again, we have Casper Stern, who can actually field. Biff Noggins can play left and catcher. He picked up clutch. Ooh, hello, Biff. How are you doing? I know he had distractor. When did he pick up clutch? Filet Jones still has his noodle arm trade from the Sirloins. There is rookie Kenley Jennings. Not interested, although stimulated is a solid trade. It'll only be a tier 2 for us. Spitz McKinney, no thanks. Where's center field? Alright, so Jackie Slam, obviously, would be a big signing for us. $16 million. I don't want to invest that much money into a 32-year-old. Who is going to regress, by the way. Hopper Fenster, he's already had regression hit him a couple times. Dolph Stake would be solid. He's a good fielder, but he can't hit. Donaldson is an interesting concept just because I would be curious to see how he holds up at 34. Brickhouse can't field. But do we go for the Tier 3 Scholarly build and put Ace Exterminator on Brickhouse? The only thing holding me back from signing him, coming over from the champion freebooters, is Stockton can't field a lick. So if we put him in center field, that's already saying he has average speed at best, and he can't catch a damn ball. So that's going to be interesting. I think Brickhouse is a glorified DH. I love him, but no. Turner Hood. Okay, this would solve our discipline problem. Turner Hood, rookie 20-year-old, can play the whole outfield. He's a good power hitter, great speed, decent fielder in center field. Can't throw. Most center fielders can't. I'm sold. Man and Moon, Vinder Hawkins, Super Samson. There's Gerald Dangerfield from the Nemesis as well. No thank you. And I don't need a right fielder, so we can have a look. Any interesting bench rookie options? Nope. Kenna Corn's testing for the freebooters. So is Hato De La Dago. Surprisingly, he didn't retire. Burton Schmidt can't field a lick. Most right fielders can't. Maybe we move on from Casper. What's Casper do? Casper is competitive. Okay. Well, we'll need at least one competitive player to replace him then. Bench rookie outfielders. There is... Who was it I was looking at? Kenley Jennings, spirited. Can only play the corner, though. She can't play center. Flay Jones can't play center. Noggins plays catcher. He would field a competitive trade, though. Well, if we go get someone like Biff Noggins to play backup catcher, we would be able to sign someone like Cozy Spooner as a third option, or we could just ignore that role completely and just have one catcher on the roster with Noggins and then have an extra outfield slot to boot. Johnson's decent. I don't like him, though. He hasn't really developed much. Any other bench options here? I mean, there is Dangerfield. Dangerfield's a great fielder. He'd be a good late sub in games to have play the outfield. Could be like that extra bench outfield options if we wanted to go down the Biff Noggins route. How much would he cost? Okay. That's all the offense. Let's go to the pitching side of things here. Alright, so obviously we want to bring back Warren Yount. He's a great pitcher. I would like him to be our ace once again. He'd be a great signing. Rotunda Black is testing from the Grapplers. Ooh, interesting. She'd be a good fallback option if we don't get Yount. They're going to be equivocally worth the same, so. What else we got? Any other interesting starters jumping off the page at me? I'm not seeing any. Yeah, this is a weak year for starting pitching, let me tell you. Good thing we only need one more spot to fill. Maybe Larry LaJoy works his way back on the team, I guess. Would be cheaper than High Eye, that's for sure. There is a rookie Jadeel Harrison, but no, I'm not sacrificing for that. Hell nah. Yeah, I'm not loving these options this year. I think we're just going to have to go with best available. Maybe get someone like Beavis or Dot. Beavis, I think, is better than Dot DeCornis just because he has better stuff. Other than that, there's not a lot that really intrigues me this year with this pitching staff. Like, there is not a lot. I'm noticing a lot of discipline, a lot of scholarly players. There's a few spirited here and there, not a lot of them. And there's only a few competitive and crafty players. I haven't even seen a single crafty player. So, like, it's been really slim pickings there. Looks like it's gearing us up to build down the scholarly or discipline routes, maybe. Bullpen, we do need someone to replace Pickman, who's now gone. I wouldn't mind bringing in Neverwalker. We do need a long reliever as well. There is Killer Bangit. I like it. Would prefer a breaking ball in there, but 2 fastballs and a changeup's not bad. Swirly Cut Stiff. Okay. Rookie Moose reliever. testing free agency. So second-year pitcher buzzed past him. He's from the Sandcats, I believe, or B-Wolves, my bad. My bad, G. I like specialist on relievers, and he's a lefty. Nolan Ops, so probably cut stiff would be decent. Never Walker would be a solid option. Thunder Chump's back in the free agent pool again. I hate that choker trade on him, though. Lane Munstar's testing from the Jacks. She'd be a great signing to steal from a division rival. Maybe Bale Bozer would be a good signing, too. Steal him from the Wideloads. Crossed-up's iffy. Not a great trait to have, but, you know, he's not a horrible pitcher. I just wish he had more than one fastball. I don't like Sharp. Towers is alright. Thunderchump, if he didn't have that damn choker trade, I'd go get him back. Yeah, maybe Bozer. Rookie Ren Pugh, surrounded. Eesh, not great, but Crafty would go back to tier 2. We could work on that. Elite 4-seamer. Already has 4 pitches, too. Horace Heimlich, I want him back. Any developmental options down here? There's Harsh all day. Like the name. Can't throw a damn lick over a strike zone, though. Couple closers. There is rookie Carter Shaw. Do we go with the bullpen? Devin Gare. The curveball. Okay. Alright, so we have our marching orders. Now, I don't think any of these guys are in danger of going near their price points anytime soon. I'm just scrolling through to make sure real quick. I know none of the pitchers are, so we should be good there. Yeah, none of these guys I think are anywhere near their prices. I'm just going down to make sure like none of them were free agents before the end of the year. Most of these are rookies, so we don't have to worry about that. Noggins was testing free agency. Okay. Perfect. All right. Okay, so none of these guys are like leftovers that were released at the end of last year or anything. Perfect. All right, so let's sim the first 10 rounds, and we'll see how things look. All right, we are through 10 rounds. So there are a couple roster moves to cover here early. Let's see what happened through 10. All right, round 1, there were 13 moves made. Prince Prize went to the Blowfish. Haiwanesi to the Grapplers. Ganez got re-signed by the Nemesis. Gonzalo got picked up by the Heaters. Allmeyer went to the Nemesis. Rockman to the Grass Eaters. Fast got re-signed by the Moose. Chasey Kim got signed by the Jacks. De La Daga went to the Moose. Signed Blinder went to the Sandcats. Chigatani to the Blowfish. Smesson got re-signed by the Pigs. Larry LaJoy got snapped up by the Grapplers. Okay. It's not too much. Round 2, Janice Friedman got picked up by the Hot Corners. Deuce Stacker got picked up by the Buzzards. I don't think anything happened in round 3. Round 4, nothing happened. Round 5, Steve Reeves went to the Crocodons. They also got our Dick Berger. Okay. Round 6, nothing happened. Round 7, I think, was nothing. Round 8 was nothing. Round 9 was nothing. Round 10, Hurley Bender re-signs with the B-Wolves immediately, so that's good for them. Good for them to lock up their ace. I wasn't really looking to bring him in anyway. $20 million is a pretty big price point to have to pay. All right, so that means the top pitching free agent is off the market. How are we looking bench? We're good here. We're good here. No one's near their price point so far on the offensive side of things. Hovering about $1 million away, looks like. Yeah, $500,000 I think is the lowest I've seen so far. All right, moving to pitching. Yount is 0.6. We'll need to keep an eye on him. There's only a few guys ahead of him, too, so we'll need to keep an eye on that. But he is a lot lower than where he was at 12.3, so that's perfect. We won't be overpaying him as much as we were. Bullpen, they're all about $1 million away from it. Durr is $500,000. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes next round or two. One Star is $1 million, so is Bozer. Pugh is $500,000. Heimlich is $250,000 almost, or $350,000. All Day is $1 million. And these guys are $500,000. Okay. All right, one round. All right, Durr does get signed by the Heaters. He re-signs. Good for him. That's a good signing for them. Manny Case gets stolen by the Grass Eaters. Stole him away from the Sirloins. Matt Gunn got stole away from the Grapplers. He's going to the Jacks. Spectacular's got some competition. Oh, man, that bullpen's going to be even better. So does that mean they're out of the market for Munstar then? I would be in that case. I think we can go one more round on a lot of these guys, too. Yount, I think, is the only one I'm not going to risk that on. I'm going to re-sign him now because I know how good Warren Yount is. Rotunda Black is better for the future investment of the team, but I like Warren Yount. He's a great pitcher, and I want him back. Like, he is a god. He pitched really well for us last year. How did Rotunda do last season, actually? She did not do well at all. She actually got lit up pretty badly. So, not selling yourself to me on that front. These guys can go one more round. Munstar, I think I can get one more round out of her. Same with Bozer. Heimlich, I can definitely get one more round out of. Yeah, one more round I think should be fine. But the only one I'm going to sign now is Warren Yount. Definitely re-signing him. I want him to be the ace of this pitching staff. So come on back home, Warren. Saved $1 million off the price point here. Hey, that's money we need. All right, he's the only signing. Welcome back, Warren. All right, Chucky Filthwick goes to the Jacks. Damn, that bullpen is looking stout for the Jacks. Jesus Christ. Wally Bacon to the Booters, replacing Patience Evergreen as they cut one of their 7 outfielders. Slipsauter for the Moonstars. Woodburn to the Heaters. Jackie Slam is going to the Booters. Wow. What a move. So they are out on Brickhouse. They are not bringing him back. They also get Murky Nubs Wubbles. Interesting. No one else got picked up. Wow, damn. Jackie Slam to the Freebooters. Talk about going to the dark side, Booters, you bastards. All right. These guys are still good. Third base. I mean, Jude McKay is a solid bench guy, but I think he's a little pricey for a bench spot. I think Prawn Huang would be better, even though he is older. Chewy Sweeney, he'd be a decent upgrade over Emin. He'd definitely be cheaper. I just think we're dropping too much if we lose Emin there, so I don't think signing him is going to be worth it, in my opinion. I think sticking with Emin might be the smarter move, even if we know regression is going to hit her. I really like Biff, but I think we can wait on him. He's only 0.1 above, so we can wait. Center field is going to be the next big question mark. Do we do Turner Hood? Do we do Maximus Donaldson? Or do we do Stockton Brickhouse? Hey, TL, welcome in, buddy. Welcome in. Nice to see you again. Hope your day's been well. We're doing all right. We're ending off season right now. I can show you real quick. We had one retirement. Slick Pickman hung him up. After a thoroughly dominant rookie year, he said he was done because he knew he wasn't going to be any better than what he was. We lost. I originally cut Warren out so that way we could get him a little bit cheaper. We did re-sign him, so he is coming back as the ace. And we lost Heimlich and Nerdward to free agency. Neither of them wanted to come back for the money they were making. But other than that, everyone else is still here. We just have to make decisions on who we want to keep and who we want to get rid of. And we've definitely found some interesting prospects in the free agent pool to bring in, potentially. It's just who are we bringing in and what are we going to do? I think center field is like the next big decision we're going to make. We have 3 targets. It's just which one of them do I like the best. So we have Maximus Donaldson, who is a rookie. He's 34, though. He's definitely an upgrade in center field that we would need. He is durable, which is a decent trait to have. It's not the best. But he's a great hitter. He's a decent fielder. He doesn't have the best speed. Any two-way players, there were no two-way players generated, unfortunately. So no two-player shenanigans this time around. But he doesn't have the best arm either. Stockton Brickhouse, he doesn't run well. He can't field. He's coming over from the champion freebooters, and he would have Ace Exterminator at Tier 3. But he'd be a huge liability in center field. Yeah, no dice there, unfortunately. Or we go with rookie Turner Hood. He's a good power hitter. He's got great speed. He's a decent fielder in center. Arm's weak, but that's fine. I think of the 3, I think Turner Hood is the best option just because we know Donaldson's going to get smacked in the face with regression, and Brickhouse is just a huge defensive liability, and we need a good fielder in center field. So I think we go Turner Hood. I think he's going to be the best choice here. Slightly over his price point, but I don't take any chances with young guys. We'll replace Walter Volter, who was just a Band-Aid for the rest of the year. Yeah, that's an easy choice there to sign. Need at least passable seed in center. Yeah. Agreed, wholeheartedly. Especially in Motor Yard. It's a pretty big center field out there. All right, so then moving to right bench options. Okay, we're good there. Perfect. All right, pitching. Is there anybody I want to sign for that one? Let's see. All right, we're not going to go after Rotunda Black since we did re-sign Warren Yount. Beavis Ortiz is an interesting option to replace High Eye, but he's going to cost more, so I don't think he's going to be worth it long term. Plus, they match up equivocally about the same ratings-wise, so probably not worth the extra money we'd be pouring into him, especially since they're the same age. Other than that, there are no good starting pitchers this year. There is Dot DeCornis, but again, would be an upgrade in the pay department. So I really think at the end of the day, we're going to be stuck with Yanagi High Eye, even though I want to replace him. There are no good young starters that I could bring in to replace him. Maybe if a big name gets cut in free agency, we can snap him up, but I think we're set in the pitching rotation. So it is going to be probably the same 4 we had at the end of the year. It'll be Yount as the 1, High Eye as the 2, Sawyer as the 3, and then Bergenberg as the 4. Yeah. Pickman has dropped Scarley down to Tier 2. Heimlich has Spirited still in Tier 2, and Nerdwood was in Tier 2. So we need to replace both of them with Spirited and then add another Spirited on top of that. Great. Just trying to see where the traits are at this year. All right, so starting pitching we're done with. Let's move to the bullpen. We have options. There is Cut Stiff, Pass Them, and Bang It. All of them are younger. I think we can go one more round on these guys. I think we can get away with it. Munstar, I think we would have to sign. If we wanted her, we do need another good reliever, I think, especially with Pickman gone now. Ren Pugh is interesting. I like him. I think we can get away with one more round on him. Heimlich, I definitely want to re-sign. I think we can sneakily get by him, maybe another round or 2. And then Holiday, he's all right. Maybe we go get a closer this year. Gare and Shaw are both right at their price points, so maybe we'd have to risk it one more round and see what happens. Yeah, I definitely think we can sneaky get Heimlich back, so if we go get a reliever, I definitely want to get someone like Munstar. I think we need another solid relief option out here. Especially with Pickman being gone now, we definitely need to upgrade that slot. Strider will probably keep. Strider pitched really well for us, even though he is 35. Like, dude was effective for us last year. He was really, really good. So let's replace Nerdward here with Munstar. So this will be Spirited for Spirited, which will keep chemistry where it is. God, I hate how most closers only have 2 pitches. I know, right? It's infuriating. Like, if you could just give me a 3-pitch closer, I would be fine. But no, we can't even get that these days. All right, one more round. So we steal Munstar from the Jacks. That's wonderful. Granted, they did pick up Mac Gunn from the Grapplers to replace him. So it's like, damn it. And then I think they signed someone else as well. Who did they sign? It was, who was it? Oh, Bobby Bash went to the Heaters. I missed that. Damn, that's a big signing there for them at third base. That means Theodore Stiffner's out of a job. Oh, yeah, it was Chucky Filthwick. They stole him from the Grass Eaters, too. So the Jacks have Spectaculo, they have Filthwick, and they have Mac Gunn. Their bullpen is going to be a pain in the ass to deal with. All right, let's see. Primo re-signs with the Sawteeth. Rookie Toot Whistle goes to the Nemesis. She's probably replacing Jock Sports. Remember, the Nemesis have already lost Jackie Slam. She's going to the Freebooters. Yeah, oh no, indeed. Oh, but they do re-sign Jock Sports. Interesting. So they replace Slam with Toot Whistle. Interesting. Bergerer to the Grapplers. Stole him from the Moonstars. Carouse to the Pigs. He leaves the Nemesis. That's their ace right there. Thunderchump goes to the Grapplers. Not a big loss. Dolph Stake signs with the Moose, so the Sandcats lose their center fielder. Or their left fielder. Beefcake goes to the Blowfish. That's a big blow for Platypi fans. Beefcake is gone. Cut Stiff got picked up by the Grapplers. Damn it. I tried to risk it. Did not work. Yeah, these guys are still really good. We can go another round on these 3. McKay, he'd be the only one probably we would need to consider signing this round. I don't think getting a switch hitter for the bench is a good idea behind Rhonda Horn. Pran Huang would be a great signing as a bench guy. Just like having that extra bat off the bench, plus he can play third and first base, something that Smokey Ash can't do. He can only play third base. He'd be an interesting upgrade there. And that opens the question, do we sign Lewis Rhodes to replace Dwayne Butterfinger, or do we let Butterfinger stay? That's the question. Because then we'd have an extra first baseman on the roster. I think McKay's out. I don't think we go get him. Chewy Sweeney, I mean, he's interesting on paper, but I don't think we sign him for Kasha. I just don't see the benefit here. Like, we're losing Tier 3 RBI hero on Emin. And we're getting a weaker player, even though Emin is going to be hit with regression. I just don't see the trade-off. I just don't think it's worth it. I don't think he's worth it. I think it's a weak class for shortstops this year. I like Biff. He's pretty cool. Maybe we can get one more round out of him, I think. Dangerfield, we can get another round out of him for sure. Okay, pitchers. What we got here? Past him and bang it. Okay. We can get one more round out of those guys. Easy. Bozer. Probably not going to sign him since we got Munstar. I don't think we need Bozer. Kasha, 1 more year is fine unless she starts regressing hard. That's what I'm thinking exactly. Like, the trade-off just isn't worth it. Archie Alonso got Rally Stopper. I'm really glad I noticed that. That is a huge fucking deal right there. That is huge. That is Tier 3 Rally Stopper on a reliever. And that replaces the hole we need to fill with Dwight Breeze. I am so glad I saw that. Oh, that is wonderful. Oh, me, oh, my. That is a psychedelic, baby. Nice. Come home, Archie. Come here. Come here, my man. I think we just found an elite reliever. And then obviously we want Heimlich back. He is now cheaper than where he was, so we won't go after Ren Pugh. We won't go after... we need a long reliever, so we either need pass him or bang it. We're definitely taking Heimlich here. I like him. He pitched really well for us last year. He's getting a little bit of a pay bump, which he wanted. But he's not quite at his price point, which I'm fine with. Again. Alright, so I think we filled all the holes on the roster now. Now we just got to cut the whole players we want to cut. Okay, perfect. How are we going to do this? That's the question. So then do we go get a... We're not going to get a closer this year then, so we'll take Shaw and Gare off. We're going long relief route, so we either get Buzz past them or we get Killer Bang it. One of the two. What are my crafty traits at right here? We have Stealer. He's going to be gone, so no worries there. Stimulated, Mind Gamer. I mean, hell, he might be gone too. I don't know. We're going to see how we're feeling. Is that it, really? It's just those 4? 2, 3. Where's the 4th one? Am I going crazy? Oh, easy target. There it is. Dig. I keep forgetting he has that. Budget's looking a little tight. Yeah, it is. We're doing our best here. Alright, McGee goes to the Grapplers. Brickhouse does go to the Sandcats, so good for him. He can be their DH or something. Dowler to the Hot Corners. Yogurt to the Salty. Ooh, big signing there. He replaces lefty Southpaw. He retired. Stanza to the Jacks. Come on, really? Really? Roberto Alba to the Booters, replacing Walker Runs. Walker, step into my office, would you? I'm still waiting for Dig to go up. We all are. Walker Runs. That is interesting. I'd like him as a bench option, please. Stanberg to the Nemesis. Whopper Batsman to the Freebooters. Tough Lift re-signs with the Jacks. So Williams gets picked up by the Hot Corners. That's a big signing there. Hello, Walker Runs. Come into my office. I have a proposition for you, sir. Yeah, I'm definitely thinking we're going Spirited. Man, Discipline is creeping up there with traits. I really gotta fix that. I really don't want to do another Discipline build because they do not work out well for us. Competitive for Noggins. Okay, Jennings would have Stimulated. Okay, she can't field though. Dangerfield would be interesting just for that Dive Wizard. He'd be a great bench option. Fudge. Okay, well, we definitely need a long reliever here. That's the only thing we need to sign here left in pitching, so let's work on that. Could get Bang It here for his money. Yeah, I'd be okay with that. Replacing Breeze. We'd have just enough money in the budget for that. I'm fine with that. Perfect. Okay. So bullpen is done. We don't have to touch the bullpen. We only have $200,000 left. Never been a fan of Discipline, honestly, unless it's low pitch. You love low pitch. Low pitch is probably one of the rare Discipline traits that I actually like. Low pitch, high pitch, inside, outside pitch. Those are like my 4 favorites from that category. I don't really like anything else on there. Volatile is horrible. Consistent's horrible. Fastball hitter and off-speed hitter I can see the argument for. But like Metalhead, that's kind of useless. It's very rare that ever activates. It's just like such a pointless, like, you know, trait class, really. I just don't get it. Okay, so now that that's done, now we work on the offensive side of things. How do we want to do this? So right now we're sitting at Tier 3 Spirited, Tier 2 Disciplined, Tier 2 Scholarly, Tier 2 Competitive, Tier 1 Crafty. I guess we could get Crafty to Tier 2 if we wanted to. We have flexibility to do that. You've literally only had Metalhead active once. I think I've had it activate twice. Could get Walker Run. I would love Walker Runs with Tier 3 Rally starter. He's a developmental piece on the bench, but I'm a sucker for freebooters. Prawn Huang would be great. Guarantee Spirited finishes at Tier 3. And he would give me more options over Smoky Ash. Give us a little bit better offense. Lewis Rhodes would be an upgrade over Butterfinger, I think. He would, but I don't have the money to replace him at the current moment. Okay. Shucks. Alright, so we're going to need to do some math here real quick. Prawn, I don't think we have. We definitely don't have the money to replace Smokey yet either. Okay. Brick Diggers is the GOAT, by the way. Oh yeah, people are singing his praises. One boy, he'll talk your ear off about Rip Dingers. He's wonderful. One of his, I think he's like one of the best offensive players I think he's ever had for one of his series. It was just wonderful. Okay, how do we want to play this? That's the question. Because who do we want to replace? We want to replace probably Perez, which would guarantee Crafty sticks at Tier 1, which I'd be fine with. Crafty traits we have aren't that impactful outside of easy target. And it's Dig. Dig's probably never going to bat. Unless we absolutely had to have him bat. So we want to replace Perez. Butterfinger's an option. Smokey. And Stern. So that's 4 players. Alright, so those 4 are, let's see, Stern is competitive. We have the ability to replace him now. Smokey is Spirited. We would need to replace with a Spirited. Perez is Crafty. And Butterfinger is Scholarly. Okay. How do we want to do this? That's the question. Tier 3 clutch on Butterfinger. That was pretty goated. Maybe we keep Butterfinger around, I guess? I don't know. Running into problems here. So we have Signoro. We have Spooner. I don't like either of them as a backup option, but they are cheap, and it would free up some money. Lewis Rhodes. Prawn Huang. We might not be in the market for backups anymore just because we can't afford them. We can't even sign Biff Noggin to replace Sam Perez because that's like 0.4 or something. Dangerfield is 0.5. Sorry about that, getting close to that 3 a.m. feeding. Alright, let's see. Running out of money, that's the problem. Okay. We'll risk it here. Steed to the Moose. Mushara resigns with the Jacks. Lapata to the Sandcats, so they lose their closer. Lloyd Cook to the Blowfish. Zoner resigns with the Nemesis. Vayner gets picked up by the Hot Corners. Nora Holmes goes to the Platypi to replace Charlie freaking Lopez. Billy LeBoint goes to the Sandcats. Carter Shaw, rookie closer, goes to the Pigs. Rotonda Black goes to the Moose, so the Grapplers lost her. Lumpkins goes to the Jacks. The Cornus goes to the Nemesis. Yada resigns with the Nemesis. They get rookie Maximus Donaldson to replace Jackie Slam. Sharp resigns with the Platypi. Fenster to the Sandcats. Quilita to the Sirloins, Staples to the Sandcats, Towers to the Moonstars, Bozer to the Platypi, Ozone cut by the Jacks for Kerry Wayward. They had to free up money somewhere. Alright, so I did have this crazy strat in mind where I would get like an extra bench outfielder by bringing Noggins in to be the backup catcher. We don't have the flexibility to do that anymore because we're out of money. So, how are we going to do this? There is a way we can do this, and it's a little crazy, but I think it might just work. So here's what we're going to do. We do Chewy Sweeney for Kasha. This is going to cost us tier 3 RBI here. Hero that frees up 1.8 million, puts us at 2 million in the budget. We're not cutting Statsman, we're not cutting Horn or Song either. Elroy, I shouldn't have given him that pay raise, I should have risked it. How do we want to do this? That's the problem. If we do Sweeney for Emin, that frees up almost 2 million. Honestly, I don't think we're going to be able to do the funny strat I wanted to do with Noggins as the backup catcher, so he's off the list. We just don't have the flexibility for it. Jennings would be interesting to have, maybe as a bench option. I still think Dangerfield's the better bench option over Casper Stern, because we are going to be getting younger there in that department. Plus we get tier 3 Dive Wizard out of it, so it's going to free up some money there, just a little bit. It's not a lot. We do get a lot younger. Come back to that just in case. I don't want to solidify that move just yet. So do we get Grizz or do we get Cozy Spooner? What's the question here? Do we get a guy who can field but can't do anything else? Or do we get a guy who can field and throw but can't hit? And who's 40? I think the choice is obvious. We go with Signoro. He's going to free up 2 million right there in the budget, so that's wonderful. Sam will be gone. We'll get a better defensive catcher. And we get rid of one of the discipline traits I've been trying to get rid of. Stein Steel is not going to be that impactful with only a tier 1, but that's fine. Grizz probably won't be batting terribly often. So now we're at 2.3 million. I think Dangerfield would be a great backup outfielder to have, honestly. We'll put Scarley almost at tier 3 as well. So we're losing Mind Gamer, which is fine. We're losing tier 2 low pitch. We have flexibility to do this move, plus it will put us one move of Scholarly off of tier 3, which I think would be a great build for us. So this will put another 0.3 in the budget. Okay, so we get Dangerfield. Does Sack to get a raise? No, that is exactly what he was making in year 1. We actually got him at a discount. I think he's worth what? Yeah, he's worth 17.9. He didn't ask for any money because he didn't really develop too much. Alright, so can we find one more? Yeah, right. Alright, so can we find one more Scholarly player? We have Lewis Rhodes. I do like him. He'd be a decent option. I don't know if I don't think we're going to have the ability to get Walker. I don't think so. I would love to bring him in, but I think it's a pipe dream at this point. Keep him starred. Huang, spirited. Jennings is spirited too. How do we want to do this? Could we replace Strider with a reliever that's cheap? Devin Laguerre, but he's more expensive. Renpue is more expensive. Harsh all day. Coming back to this guy. If I sign him for Strider, that puts him 2.8 million. That would be a great boost to our budget. Discipline doesn't change though. Puts 3 million back in there. That'll put us at about 5.4 million. Not ideally where I want to be. I'd like to be closer to 10 if we could have it. Running into problems. Okay. Darling, come on. We just got to find out these last few holes here. We really haven't changed the team's identity that much, I've noticed. We still rely a lot on speed. I think Evan's too valuable with tier 3 RBI hero. Cutting her doesn't make any sense. Lewis Rhodes, he would get me to scholarly. But if I'm bringing him in for Butterfinger, it doesn't do me any good. In tier 3 clutch, I can't get rid of tier 3 clutch. Rhodes is out. Okay. Is there anyone else I want to bring in? Walker runs, he'd be interesting. Bron Huang, I don't think we can afford him. Hefe. No. We're good. Because that would be replacing Dangerfield, which isn't smart. Yeah, I don't think we can do it on the offensive side of things. I mean, there is a way to do it where we'd free up more money. We'd bring in Jadeo Harrison. He would replace High-Eye, probably. I don't think that's a smart idea at all. Although Barry Ozone would be interesting because he would get scholarly to tier 3, but no, he's overrated. He just is. 4 million. Candy Sweet. Deshaun LaVon. No. I'm just not seeing it. It's hard to get this budget. Yeah, too bad we can't give deferred contracts. Yeah, I would really love to do that right now. That'd be a cool feature. It's a damn shame. Oh, man. Oh, well. Not a whole lot we can do here in this situation, unfortunately. Unless we cut some money from wherever we've already signed it. But like our bullpen, we can't really do anything about. I mean, although Alonso might be slightly overpaid. Probably could have got him a little bit cheaper, but tier 3 rally stoppers just calling my name. Like, that's not an option. I mean, Strider would probably be the easiest one to replace here. We can get someone like Allday, and that give us another $3 million in the budget. Wouldn't change the chemistry, though. Ideally, I would like a scholarly person to bring in. Someone like maybe... No, not Doc. He's too damn old. When did he get reverse splits? Libby Doe would be a great signing, but at the same time, youth-wise, she would be a great signing, but she doesn't really do anything for us. Is there anybody massively overpaid? No. Maybe Goodwood we get rid of? I mean, I like Anton and all, but what's he doing for me? There aren't any good catchers, though. Like, that's why we're not getting rid of him. That's right. There aren't no good catchers. Might have to give up on the scholarly dream. Yeah, I think so. It's looking that way. It's just I don't want to go into the season with only 2.6 million. I gotta free up some money somewhere. And I don't want to get sacrificed cash tier 3 RBI hero. Plus, we would need a competitive player to balance it out. That's not going to happen. I like Rhonda. She's probably a liability at third base, but Smokey covers that. Dig also covers it. Torque is solid. Yeah, I'm just not seeing a place where I can free up money, although High Eye would probably be the next best option. Have to replace him with a scholarly player. Or a spirited player, I can't read. Ortiz is more money. And there's no good option outside. There's no good option there. So yeah, we've probably got the best we can do. Which is unfortunate. I would like to free up more money. But it's just not going to happen. Strider for all day. I don't want to do it. I might have to do it. Would free up 2.8 million. I think we can get him for less than that, actually, so let's keep going. Maybe get a mop-up guy reliever. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking all day is the guy we go for there. Renpue to the Sawteeth. Swanson. Let's see. Pan Knibbles got cut for Deshaun LeVon. Hopefully Buffler got cut by the Jacks. They go get Stallion Johnson. Husker Fuss. Resigns with the Grass Eaters. Past him goes to the Sawteeth. They stole him from the Sandcats. Lynetta Betta to the Grass Eaters. Beavis resigns with the Bee-Wolves. Links to the Moonstars. Doe to the Grass Eaters. Ralph Blue got cut for Lola Knops. Rookie Devin Gare goes to the Moose as their closer. Because they lost Klaus the game, that's right. Bad Hot Brown to the Jacks. Big Country to the Grass Eaters. Klaus the game goes to the Grapplers. Torrance to the B resigns with the Bee-Wolves, it looks like. Lynetta Betta was so mid in the Reapers. 100% agree. She was a huge waste. Sawteeth get Diggler. Good luck with that. Hanky to the Bee-Wolves. Okay. Yeah, we're kind of stuck here. Yeah, the mop-up guy reliever is really the only thing we got left going for us, it looks like. The only one left is Harsh all day. He's at 2.8. I really think we can get him cheaper. Spooner to the Sawteeth. Goatman to the Bee-Wolves. Hill to the Sirloins. Hackett to the Pigs. Noggins to the Grass Eaters. Wagner resigns with the Pigs. Tremendo to the Sawteeth. Turlington goes to the Platypi. McKay to the Platypi. They get the rookie to replace Beefcake. Jackson to the Bee-Wolves. He leaves the Moose. Chewy Sweeney, the rookie, goes to the Sirloins. He'll back up. He'll be the starter over Willard Wiggins. RH4 to the Platypi, replacing Huckster. That's a good upgrade. Grease Veterano to the Sirloins. Nerdword to the Moonstars. Good luck with that. Wickers to the Grass Eaters. Sirloin Jones goes to the Sirloins, where he belongs. Cashmore to the Nemesis, replacing Walkman. Filet Jones to the Sirloins. Resigns. Kenley Jennings, rookie outfielder, to the Grass Eaters. Freely to the Moonstars. Ruby Green to the Hot Corners, replacing Nori Miyoshi. Binky Stevens to the Wide Loads. And BH3 cut by the Grapplers for Bartholomew Draculo. An upgrade there. Kind of sucks since the bullpen isn't super strong to begin with. I know. It's like that's the one spot I don't want to cut from, but at the same time, it's not helping me out. Rookie Lewis Rhodes is going to the wide loads. Miguel Duke to the Moose. Buster Biggs to the Sirloins. Prawn Huang, rookie third baseman, to the Pigs. All Day got signed. Damn it, that was the guy I wanted. I wanted just to get him through round 20. And now there are no good relievers left. That is just wonderful. Abs. I mean, we could get the Scholarly Dream if we go get Simpleman, even if he's going to be a bum. Could also do Yago. She still has a slight of a chance to develop. Would free up more money, too. I mean, most of our traits are right there at... Yeah, I know, right? I guess Yago's going to be the option here, which sucks, but... At the same time, at least we'll have a mop-up reliever to use when things go bad, so that's fine. Puts us at almost $6 million. It's not ideal, but it is what we have. Sorry, Strider, I wanted to hang on to you. You were very good for us last year, but the money and the chemistry is calling. Yeah, might as well go full dumpster diving mode and get meat commonly. I thought about it, but meat is competitive, so he doesn't really do me any favors. That would be funny, though, but if we can get Scholarly to Tier 3, that maximizes our trade effectiveness. Yeah, he was spirited anyway, so we're fine. I thought he was competitive. I could have swore he was. Oh, I'm thinking of Omar Chambo. Chambo's competitive. Howard Rippon would have Tier 3 Rally Stopper. Hold the fucking phone. He is a closer. I have tried this experiment before. Or the GOAT himself, Chance Lauterbury. Ooh, that's true. Lauterbury is still an option. With Tier 1 reverse splits and Tier 2 volatile. I kind of want the Scholarly at Tier 3, though. We would get Tier 3 Rally Stopper. Do I dare do it? Do we do it for the memes? I don't like Rippon. It's crazy. I like it. I like it too. Tier 3 Rally Stopper. We've tried this before from the Reapers. Everyone remembers I did the same thing with Rippon to get the Scholarly to Tier 3 to go with Tier 3 Crafty. And that was the same reason he had Rally Stopper. Now it's at Tier 3 this time, though. If he loses it, he's immediately getting fired. But now we're at a cool $7 million. It's slightly under where I want to be. Generally, I want to be around $10 million, but I think that's the best maximizer we're going to be able to do budget-wise. Unless there's like a rookie that has slipped through the cracks that I haven't found. I mean, Burton Schmidt, he doesn't really offer me anything outside of being able to play right field, and even that he can barely do passably. He's more of a pinch hitter and a pinch runner option. So... he doesn't intrigue me enough to sign. Dugout 5s would be interesting. Competitive. No, he's not interesting. His dig still does his job better. Huffley was just released. Even if I signed him, Crafty's still stuck at Tier 2, but we have Elroy, so he's not going anywhere. Fraser with Tier 3 Wild Thrower. Hells nah. What am I, crazy? I was crazy once. Yeah, I think we've done the best we can do budget maximizing, I think. Yeah, I think we've done the best we can. But let's keep an eye on free agency. Let's see if any other young guys come up. We could also still go get Barry Ozone and replace High Eye, but then we'd lose Spirited at Tier 3, which defeats the whole purpose. So, Levo to the B-Wolves. That's the only other signing this round. Besides our moves for Rippon. Studwick to the Platypi. Rojas to the Platypi as well. Frazzler to the B-Wolves. And they also get rookie Burton Schmidt. Draper cut by the Sandcats for Adoya. Ramiro replaces Melody Moods on the Sawteeth roster. So that's a reliever for a starter. Slack off to the Platypi, replacing Rusty Nozzle. Not intriguing at all. Super Samson to the Blowfish, replacing Alfonso Delgado. Alfonso, what's your chemistry again? I don't know why I'm looking at this. Where is Alfonso? He is competitive. And he's Smoky Ash. Smoky's keeping Spirited to tier 3, isn't he? He is. Delgado's like a older... They're the same age, actually. Alfonso can switch hit, though. But neither of them can really hit. Like, they're equivocally the same player. No thanks. Sorry, Alfonso. I thought you might have been something special. Alright, Tantrum to the Cup of the Sandcats for Herbert Hackman. Interesting move there. New arm at third base. Oh, no. Oh, no. Zilla cut by the Jacks for Keisha Mushara. Okay, so they upgraded the bullpen a little bit there, like they needed to. You already have 3 de facto arms. You don't need a closer. Walker Runs is looking very enticing at 5.5. I'm surprised he has slid down that far. Walker is competitive. He's below his price point. But I don't have a spot for him. I just don't have a spot for him. Yep, I don't have a spot for him. Luda Baziz cut by the Crocs for Yago. Okay. Yeah, so no crazy cuts are being made. Okay. Or infield, I guess. Yeah. Cheaper Spirited third baseman. I didn't see any, but I can check just to make sure. See if anyone got signed in that last round. I don't think there was going to be any massive changes. No, there were no changes. Okay, let's see. Are there any Spirited relievers? Let's see. Batch Wilson's an outfielder. Freddie Knox, he can only play second base, and he can't even do that passably. He's a pinch runner, pinch hitter. Draper, he can play second and third. He's 5.5 right now. He's a little above his price point. Rusty Nozzle, he's a pitcher. Landon Fair, he can play second and shortstop. Got pinch perfect at tier 3. He's a freebooter, too. Then there's Keisha, Meat, and Lou, all relievers. Landon can't really play infield, but he is an option to play behind Elroy. Much better fielder. Oh, Elroy's better, yeah. I think Elroy's better. Yeah, Elroy's better. Elroy's better. I just can't read, that's all. Is he? Yeah, he is. Yeah, fielding is better on Landon. So is arm. Do I have a spot for Landon? He would replace Smoky Ash and give us 1.6 million. And Spirited would stay the same. Would it pinch perfect at tier 2? We'd be getting more out of him than Smokey. I mean, Smokey would be a great sub defensively for Rhonda. I think if we do this, we don't have anyone who can play third base. I mean, Elroy could play third base, but that's basically just saying the same thing as Rhonda. Saka can't play third. Butterfinger plays left. Dig could play third, and then he'd be the de facto third baseman sub. Landon could go up the middle. Except for Dig, that's true. You know what? I think we're going to be getting something better with Landon here. I mean, we are losing a little bit. Fielding is basically the same. We lose a little bit of speed, lose a little bit of arm, lose a little bit of contact, get a little bit of power. But we would have an option to replace Action up the middle as well, if he has to come out. Same with Eminem, and that frees up Dig to play the rest of the infield instead of the second or short. You know what? I like it. We'll get a little bit more money back as well, which is perfect for the budget. That's where we need it. So All right, and we don't change the chemistry. All right, Landon, you worked your way onto the team. Congratulations, you're going to replace Smokey. All right, we're 8.6. I'll take it. I'll star Smokey just down the line, just in case we need to bring him back for whatever reason. Yeah, we're not getting Ozone. Where are you, Smoke? I just saw you. There you are. And I don't think we're going to get Walker. He just doesn't fit chemistry-wise. He's just not a fit. Tier 3 rally starter's cool and all, but, like, I just don't see a spot I need you on the roster now. I mean, Landon's a better bench guy than you are, for sure. And it was just going to cost us too much money to bring him in. I love you, Walker, but no, I'm not going to get you. All right, well, that's going to do it for the offseason, everybody. We are done making it through year one's off-season as we're getting geared up for year number 2 as we'll sim up to the first game here. Blowfish beat the Sirloins, Moonstars beat the Moose, Hot Corners beat the Sawteeth, Crocs beat the Nemesis in 12, Platify beat the Beewolves, Heaters beat the Buzzards, and the Freebooters shut out the Wild Pigs, defending champs win 9-0 in their first game. Alright, so our first game of the season is against the Wideloads. It's the only time we should see the Wideloads this year, as they went full offense in their second season, as it's going to be Bourbony versus Yout here on opening day. That's a solid pitching matchup. Us, we kept ourselves well balanced. We kept speed where it was and then just evened out the rest of the team. And we kept it at 8.6 million, which is pretty good. It's not ideally where I want to be. I want to be somewhere around 10, but I like what we have. Alright, so looking at the lineup, looking at the schedule here, looks like we have our 3 doubleheaders of the season are all at the end of the year. So all of them are at home as well. The Buzzards, the Nemesis, and the Jacks. So our final 7 games are at home, and our first 7 are on the road. Who the hell designed this schedule? Oh. That's great. So we're going to have a really tough time here in the first half. We're on the road a lot. So I guess Motor Yard is going under some renovations. We won't be able to be there until Game 8. Lovely. That's awesome. Structural integrity, my ass. Anyway. Alright, so we get non-division, non-division, division, 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 non-division, 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 and then rest or division. Okay. Interesting spread. We should be able to work with this. Just keep in mind, Sawyer's going to be pitching this game, not Bergenberg. These two are going to be flipped. I would rather have Sawyer against the Nemesis than Bergenberg. Oh, High-Eye gets a rematch with the Beewolves. That's nice. Maybe he'll get revenge. Yout gets to face the Wideloads again. Ooh, that's going to be good. Alright. Alright, let's set the lineup here. Call it a day. Year 2's lineup. That'll be... This is an interesting lineup. Okay. I'll have Elroy lead off, then Song. We'll have Torque. Horn above Torque. Then Emin. Actually, Statsman above Emin, because Emin proves she's very unreliable with her trait. Statsman, Emin, Goodwood, Turner. The rookie Turner, Hood, and then Warren Yout. Okay, I like this lineup. So the bench will be this year Dangerfield, Butterfinger, Signoro, Fair, and Eforto. Alright, definitely min-maxing this one. Alright, pitching, it's going to be Yout, High-Eye, Bergenberg, or Yout, High-Eye, Sawyer, Bergenberg. And then bullpen is Bangit, Munstar, Alonzo, Heimlich, and Rippin. Absolute menaces on the bench. Indeed. Alright, so that is going to do it, guys. Let's go through the roster moves we made in the offseason and call it a day. Okay, so year 1 offseason is in the books for the Overdogs, as we saw one retirement to start, which was reliever Slick Pickman. He decided to hang up the cleats. We also found out that Sakta Song won the MVP last year. Rhonda Horn finished 3rd. And Sakta also was the Triple Crown winner. He led the league in batting average, home runs, and RBIs. So good for him. He was also the stolen base crown leader as well. But with Pickman gone, we also had Horace Heimlich test free agency along with Doug Nerdward, which wasn't a horrible loss. We also decided to send Warren Yount to free agency just to get him back a little bit cheaper in free agency was the plan. And as you can see in free agency, here's what we've done with the team. We have cut Sam Perez. We have a new backup catcher in Grizz Signoro. Goodwood is still the primary catcher. There weren't any good catchers in free agency this year. Surprising. Sakta remains as the guy we're building around here, so he's still the captain. Dwayne is still here as the backup first baseman. We looked into options to replace him, but found out we didn't have enough money to do so, so he is still here, and Tier 3 clutch off the bench is pretty solid. Elroy is still returning as the second baseman. He got a little bit of a pay raise. He's now making double digits in the millions. Landon Fair is the new bench option in the infield to complement Dig up the middle, freeing Dig up to play third and first base if necessary, as Smokey Ash is no longer on the roster. So Landon comes over from the Freebooters last year. He unfortunately was not on the team when they won the championship last year. He was cut right before the playoffs. Rhonda Horn is still here at third base, obviously. Cash Emmon is still here at shortstop. There were no young options to replace her with at shortstop. The only interesting one was a 32-year-old who was disciplined and dropping Tier 3 RBI hero for a guy who's only 4 years younger and doesn't do anything for me. Kind of a dumb move. Obviously, the legend Digafordo is still here. Axel Torque remains in left field. We have a new starting center fielder, rookie Turner Hood. 20-year-old, he replaces Walter Valter. He's got great speed, he's got decent power, and he's got a good fielder to boot as well. We'll see if that translates well to playing center field. Gerald Dangerfield is the new bench outfielder. We cut Casper Stern. Dangerfield joins us from the Nemesis. We stole him from their bench. Track Statsman returns in right field, now that he's fully healed up from his broken leg. Warren Yount, we did manage to re-sign for about $1 million cheaper, so that's wonderful. We saved a little bit of money there. High Eye returns as a 2. We were looking to replace him. Unfortunately, there were no good starting pitchers that were cheap enough to replace him that fit the chemistry and would have kept our budget nice. So High Eye's back. Bergenberg and Sawyer are also back from last year. Sawyer will be the 3. Bergenberg will be the 4. Moving into the bullpen, we stole Elaine Munstar from the Jacks. She will replace Langdon Strider. We added Killer Bangett, the rookie long reliever. He'll replace Pickman, who retired. Archie Alonso, we saw picked up Tier 3 rally stopper at some point last year. After he was signed, he played with the Pigs last season. So he was he was actually a late find in free agency. I'm like, hey, he's got Tier 3 rally stopper. I can work with this. He replaces Dwight Breeze, who wasn't used last year. Horace Heimlich re-signed. He got his money payday that he wanted. And we have closer Elric Rippon. He replaces Doug Nerdward's spot on the roster. He's only here because he brings Scarley up to Tier 3, and he has Tier 3 rally stopper now. So as long as he doesn't lose that trade, we should be okay. That's a shout out back to the Reaper series where he did lose Tier 3 rally stopper and was immediately fired. Yeah, he broke his leg. That's true. But yeah, that's going to do it for this offseason, guys. We do still have the team built around speed, but we have evened up the entire rest of the roster overall-wise, so we look a little bit better in all categories. Bullpen is still a little concerning for me, but I think we have put together a decent team. Let's see if we can do better than 8-8 last season. Let's see if we can actually get a winning record and be a playoff team this year. Tune in next time when we kick off opening day in year 2 against the Wide Lows. Made it this deep, guys. Thank you so much for sticking around. I appreciate the support as always. If you haven't already, hit the follow and or subscribe buttons down below here on Twitch to be notified next time I go live. And if you haven't already over on YouTube, leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. Link to Twitch down in the description below if you guys want to come over and watch the games live before they're posted. And also follow me over on this platform over here as well if you so choose. That's at PracNasty for those curious. Shout out to ETL for tuning in and chatting with me throughout the stream. Appreciate it, buddy. Everyone else, catch you on the next one. Until then, this is the Nasty One signing off. Have a wonderful day, evening, or afternoon, wherever you guys may be.